Pluto made them come all over. Pluto's circle crosses that of one another planet. Pluto, the confounding little planet at the outside extents of our nearby planetary get-together, is running up further in the field of room development. Non-stop overviews suggest a reachable experience with Neptune, raising issues among researchers and space fans. Recognized figures like Neil deGrasse Tyson and Michio Kaku have sounded alerts about the eventual outcomes of this cosmic event. However, how did Pluto end up on an extreme preparation with its associating planet, and what could this brilliant fight derive for life on Earth? Join us as we relax how something gigantic just slammed into Neptune, and how researchers have been left perplexed by this amazing irregularity. Pluto, once hailed as a certain planet, went through a change in its status, being renamed as a small individual planet because of its radiant circle. Regardless of what this minimization, Pluto still charms and interests the enormous neighborhood. Presumptions from dependable researchers like Neil deGrasse Tyson and Michio Kaku have raised worries about Pluto's course potentially meeting with Neptune, showing an approaching series of mishaps among the grand bodies, which can have critical repercussions for Earth. Pluto's journey across the Sun sticks out due to its original credits inside our planetary affiliation. Its circle is incredibly deferred, crossing a wonderful quite a while since its discovery in 1930. Pluto, by and by, apparently can't wrap up a full upset around the Sun. Adding to its stopper is the especially broadened state of its circle. A takeoff from the more round ways followed by the fundamental planets, other than Pluto's circle, strays by 17 degrees from the ecliptic plane, giving its direction a more crazy grade diverged from various planets. The mix of Pluto's nature and its twisted circle presents layers of multifaceted nature to its orbital plan. One tremendous point is its accidental get-together with Neptune's circle for around 20 years. During each cycle, Pluto undertakes closer to the Sun than Neptune, limiting suppositions in light of their unique circumstances inside the close-by planetary gathering. Diving further into Pluto's circle, noticing that is intriguing, it's everything except an optimal circle, yet might be an extended circle like a more prominent measure of an oval shape. This exceptional circle achieves critical assortments in Pluto's separation from the Sun. During its endeavor at its closest methodology, Pluto goes inside a third cosmic units of the Sun, while at its farthest point, it shows up at in excess of 49 astronomical units away, 2 times the distance of Neptune from the Sun. Other than Pluto's circle is inclined at a critical point, similar with the circles of the significant planets in our planetary social affair. This inclination not simply adds to the complexity of its circle, however, what's more, plays a critical occupation in its coordinated efforts with other brilliant bodies, particularly Neptune. When Pluto encounters Neptune, their gravitational posts impact each other, modifying their courses over the long haul. The complex dance among Pluto and Neptune highlights the interesting thought of our nearby BIP planetary social affair. While Pluto was once considered a solitary drifter in the outer, shows up, at its nearby experiences with Neptune, features the interconnectedness of superb bodies, each applying gravitational powers that shape the methods of others. In later years, refreshes in observational advancement have allowed cosmologists to follow Pluto's development with great precision. This has prompted a more significant appreciation of its circle and its probable repercussions for the reliability of the outer planetary gathering. In spite of the way that the chance of a prompt impact among Pluto and Neptune remains low, the likelihood can't be overall pardoned, provoking notice moreover focus on by the enormous neighborhood. Despite its unpretentious size and far-off area, Pluto continues to tell thought and interest among analysts and fans the equivalent. The request arises, why hasn't there been a crash among Pluto and Neptune? The reaction exists in the gravitational draw from various planets. Space specialists began analyzing Pluto's direction not long after its discovery, and its heading stupefied them. Like most planets that stick near a comparative plane as they circle the Sun, called the ecliptic plane, Pluto stands out with its problematic point and oval-formed circle. The secret expanded when they comprehended Pluto's direction crossed is Neptune. Despite these complexities, Pluto's circle stays stable, showing the adaptable mechanics of room understanding. Pluto's circle is crucial, especially while considering on the remote possibility that it would have the option to collide with Neptune later on. This data helps us with seeing better the way that our entire clothes by planet bunch works. Pluto's circle teaches us that even circles that appear to be dangerous can change by virtue of gravity and how things move in space. Continuing to study and break down these subjects is major for expanding our knowledge into the universe and our place inside it. When we explore space, we track down that things can be odd, and Pluto's circle is an unprecedented representation of that capricious ISM. Pluto's circle isn't like those of various planets. It's more oval-shaped significance. It's everything except an ideal circle. To a great extent, it even moves closer to the Sun than Neptune does. This can make things interesting since Neptune is similarly moving along its course. There is a little chance that Pluto and Neptune could IDE with each other. Yet, notwithstanding its exceptional circle, Pluto sorts out how to avoid Neptune more regularly than not. This is because of something numerous allude to as gravitational forces. Gravity resembles an imperceptible power that pulls things more like each other. So in spite of the way that Pluto and Neptune may seem like they are on a crash course, their circles are mindfully organized moves coordinated by the draw of gravity. Pluto's circle teaches us that space is stacked with shock. What appears to be turbulent from the outset look can be a delicate balance of abilities. By focusing on Pluto's circle, analysts gain pieces of information into the tangled mechanics of our planetary structure. This constant discernment and examination are essential for expanding our understanding of the universe and our place inside it. Anticipating Pluto and Neptune influenced, it would be a cosmic event, sending shock waves through how we may decipher the nearby planetary gathering. While we have made strides in sorting out space, current events show that we really have a long move toward focusing on what huge planets mean for Pluto's bearing gives us critical pieces of information about how our entirety close by planetary gathering works. It shows us that where each planet is and how it moves can significantly alter the methods of others in space. Notwithstanding the way that space is complicated, a couple of top specialists are stressed that Pluto could bang into Neptune. This makes them can't help pondering why this could occur. In spite of the way that it shows up inconceivable, Neil deGrasse Tyson, a famous space scientist, makes them interest contemplations about Pluto. He trusts that renaming Pluto as a diminutive person planet, not an enormous one like Earth, is a forward-moving step. He thinks we are persistently learning new things about how things move in space. Tyson sees Pluto's astonishing heading as a sign that there's still a ton we don't acknowledge. He believes that the secrets of space are so intriguing. He furthermore realizes that huge events in space, like Pluto's renaming, get people related with cosmology. Tyson needs to assist people with sorting out the cool and sometimes curious things about how space limits. He trusts it is a seriously big deal to examine how space mechanics can shock. Tyson works with different exploration to alert people about the potential risks of Pluto's circle straightforwardly following focusing in on Pluto. Much the way that it would have the option to collide with Neptune eventually makes him concerned. He says this could cause gigantic issues for our entire planetary social occasion. A disaster among Pluto and Neptune could be an invigorating and serious event. If it could deliver a package of energy and could self-destruct. Pluto pieces from the effect could zoom around space and hit various planets and moons. Any may in like manner feel the impact and have an influence on how it moves. Esteemed hypothetical physicist Mito Kaku, known for his commitments to string speculation and science correspondence, offers an interesting viewpoint on space examination. He enduringly believes that understanding the destiny of room travel and the association between divine mechanics and hypothetical material science can be assembled from focusing on quirks like Pluto's circle. Kaku ponders Pluto's circle to be a window into the future of space examination by getting a handle on the complex gravitational associations and orbital elements of heavenly bodies like Pluto. We can deal with future space missions assisting with safer course through the CLOS by Planet Bunch anticipating anticipated risks and organizing missions to remote corners of our vast region. Kaku stresses that models assembled from Pluto's circle can be applied to researching other brilliant bodies, giving a manual for unwinding distant universes. He constantly includes the significant relationship between divine mechanics and hypothetical material science, stressing that the developments and associations of planets, including the gravitational dance among Pluto and Neptune, are laid out in significant principles of material science. Kaku's work in hypothetical material science expressly string hypothesis means to loosen up these norms at their middle. He suggests that fixating on the complexities of sublime mechanics like Pluto's circle can give experiences into the essential laws of the universe. Like Tyson, Kaku has more of extraordinary bodies, suggesting it in his theories about the universe. A mishap among Pluto and Neptune, while tremendous in space science, could give a striking observational open door, perhaps adding to our cognizance of string theory. String hypothesis, which replaces point-like particles with one-layered strings, hopes to figure out the vital forces and matter in the universe. Such a pixie could make over-the-top conditions of energy and gravity, revealing understanding into the method of acting of focal particles and forces under crazy conditions. Also, the gravitational waves conveyed by such an impact could give significant information for testing assumptions of string hypothesis concerning gravity and spacetime. While the prompt impact on Earth would be irrelevant because of our separation from the outer planetary gathering, the consistent consequences could be critical. Understanding events like this could grow our enthusiasm for the major nature of the universe as portrayed by string hypothesis and other theoretical material science regions. Pluto's interesting characteristics, roused by the gravitational powers of abutting planets, especially Neptune, feature the complex and dynamic nature of room. Yet, the universe holds various insider facts, and the three-body issue is only one of them. Analysts expect other likely debacles featuring the persistent mission for data and examination in the vast universe. Regardless of the reality that it's significantly incomprehensible, there's at this point a little chance of planets encountering each other in space. This could happen because planets' ways are influenced by various components like gravity from various planets, which scientists call the three-body issue. In places like the TRAPPIST-1 framework, where there are 7 Earth-sized planets, the gravitational powers make a kind of dance in how the planets move broad orbital resonances. After some time, these resonances can make a planet's way less steady and could prompt crashes. However, systems like TRAPPIST-1 are spilling over with planets. Crashes aren't happening at present. Specialists keep a watch on these structures to comprehend what planets mean for one another's ways, particularly at the point when they draw near. This helps us with getting a handle on how planets move in space. Now and then, there are revolutionary planets that try not to circle a star and float around capriciously. These planets could have been significant for a star structure, yet had a chance out as a result of things like gravity or when another star came unreasonably close. Over the long haul, these wandering planets can go the distance and could run into other star systems. Yet, since space is often empty, the chance of them hitting another planet is exceedingly low. Rebel planets are fascinating, contrasted with the number of stars and planets with stable circles, so influences are considerably more unlikely. When universes mix, it can upset the circles of the star systems inside them. In addition, though planets probably won't impact with one another straightforwardly during these immense events, gravitational joint efforts can change how stars and planets move. Sometimes, planets get flung out into space, becoming rebel universes. Multiple times they could ram into each other or have stars. These interferences can likewise make new superb bodies or structure new stars. The late profound attack hypothesis proposes that around for a long time back, there was a period of extended crashes, including comets and space rocks. This attack is acknowledged to have occurred on the grounds that the outside planets, like Jupiter and Saturn, were moving around a ton, which upset the methods of various more modest articles in space. Hence, these more modest things got thrown onto odd ways, many ending up in the inward piece of our sunlight-based framework. This caused a huge expansion in influences on planets like Earth. While these impacts didn't include planets influencing straightforwardly, they showed the reality that gravity could make tremendous changes to how things move in space. This attack shaped the surfaces and records of planets in our planetary gathering. Could have even brought water and normal material to Earth, helping shape our planet. Pluto's new direction has enamored stargazers and space efficiency. The same, mixing conversations about its likely communications with Neptune, our planetary group's 8th planet. This unforeseen grandiose dance has astounded specialists, starting interest in the suggestions for our planetary framework. Eminent figures, for example, Neil deGrasse Tyson and Michio Kaku, have said something regarding this divine exhibition, featuring the requirement for additional examination. Pluto, once hailed as the 10th planet, went through a renaming as a diminutive person planet because of its exceptional circle. In spite of this downgrade, Pluto's circle proceeds to captivate researchers because of its prolonged oval shape, veering off altogether from the ecliptic plane followed by most planets. This whimsical circle sometimes crosses that of Neptune, raising worries about expected impacts between these far-off neighbors. While the probability of an immediate crash stays low, space experts keep on checking their circles intently. Progressed observational methods, including ground-based telescopes and space-based observatories, have empowered researchers to follow the developments of Pluto and Neptune with remarkable precision. By considering their circles over time, analysts trust to acquire insights into the elements of the outer planetary group and the forces that shape the ways of celestial bodies. As of late, the investigation of Pluto's circle has been additionally improved by mechanical progressions like space tests and programmatic experiences. NASA's New Horizons mission, dispatched in 2006, provided significant information and pictures of Pluto and its moons during its notable flyby in 2015. The mission offered exceptional experiences into the topography, climate, and surface highlights of Pluto, revealing insight into its complicated and dynamic nature. In expansion to observational investigations, hypothetical models have been created to mimic the collaborations between Pluto and Neptune over extensive stretches of time. These recreations consider factors like gravitational forces, orbital resonances, and irritations from other heavenly bodies in the sun-powered framework. By running these recreations, researchers can investigate different situations and evaluate the probability of few impacts or close experience between Pluto and Neptune. Regardless of the intricacy of Pluto's circle and its collaborations with Neptune, the general solidness of the outer planetary group is kept up with by the gravitational forces applied by the Sun and the significant planets. While occasional irritations and collaborations between divine bodies may happen, the probability of a catastrophic event is low, given the huge void spaces that rule space between heavenly bodies. Nonetheless, persistent examination and checking of these heavenly bodies are fundamental for understanding the development and elements of our nearby planetary group and the universe on the loose.